Hello and welcome back to Game Start. I'm your host, Bardic Knowledge, and since we're done with Pokemon Shield, it's time to move on to something else. And I have chosen an old game, one that's pretty obscure actually, called E.V.O, Search for Eden, as is displayed on the screen there. Now, I mentioned in a previous stream that there is another version of this game that came before the Super Nintendo one, but I don't know how to play it. I don't want to go through the hassle of downloading a special emulator for playing that previous version, so I'm just going to play this version that I happen to know fairly well. And it's by Enix, who later joined with Squaresoft to become Square Enix. So, about 4.6 billion years ago, the Sun had 9 smaller stars and named the third one Gaia. My dear Gaia, please listen to me. Oop, shadows. I think I accidentally skipped the opening cutscene. Oh well. Basically, the gist of that opening cutscene was that life was about to begin on Gaia, and the Sun tasked her with choosing one of those forms of life to become her partner, and something like that. I forget the entirety of it, but that was the gist of it. And we happen to be playing that life. Hi, my name is Gaia. I am the one who watches over all. How do I advance without hitting, or without skipping? Oh, okay, just hit B. All life, including you. You will journey through many periods of time on this planet. A journey of change. The journey will not be easy. Only the strong will survive. This is a trial given by my father. I hope you can survive this trial and meet me in Eden. This will be the end of your journey. Well, the time has come. You may go now. You are already a fish. It took 3 billion years for your body to evolve. You must travel alone. Please be careful. Good luck. So, Chapter 1, The World Before Land, which I'm pretty sure has its own name, like, Ichthys era or something like that. I know I'd have to look it up, though. But, this is a fairly easy game, to be honest. But we start out as this little fish. If I can... Okay, so X is just eat. Y is bite. But we have another newcomer. Welcome to the world, where the rule is only the fittest shall survive. Look, newcomer, you better listen to the rules of this world. There are the 3. 1. Fight for survival and for food. 2. Only move forward, never back. The last is evolve and become strong. Well, this is a very dangerous world, isn't it? Are you afraid of it? The weak and flabby will be easy to defeat. What about you, newcomer? So, right there, let's see, okay, so select is what I need. It's been a long time since I played this, but... So right now, I've only got 10 E.V.O points, and everything costs at least 100, it looks like. So I try not to do too much grindiness, but, okay, so I'll be able to get that eventually. But some grindiness is necessary to properly do this game. So the top number, whenever I eat a bit of meat there, is my E.V.O points. The bottom is how much health I regain. And it will always, or the meat after you kill something will always rise to where your mouth is, so you can use that just swallow technique. So I'm going to spend this now through accelerated evolution, and that will make me a little bit faster. And I believe, yep, give me a bit of a charge attack, though I don't have anything that will actually do damage when I charge, so it's really just a rush. Like this. It also raised my HP a little, I just made note of that. So that was the starting area, and it's possible to just swim back and forth in that area and get all the EVO points you need, but it is super tedious. So I'm going to continue on, because there's a much better place to grind in this area. Well, not this area, but in this era. But I'm still going to eat everything I come across, because you need as many EVO points as you can possibly get to succeed in this game. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's right. Enemies just respawn as long as they are off screen, so you don't even have to leave an area and come back. Oh. Ah. Curses. That guy takes 3 hits to kill, and I was not prepared for that. You can see how different enemies give different amounts of EVO. Oop. Keep forgetting it's select and not start. The first thing I'm going to probably evolve is my jaws, so I can do more damage. This is a thing I'm actually going to try not to do too much of, is using these crystals. Something in your body speaks. How are you progressing? Don't worry, I will help you evolve. You may call me Crystal. I'll give you advice on how to evolve. Evolving your jaws will increase your biting strength. Evolving your body will increase your defensive power. Evolving your horns will increase your attack power. Evolving your hands, feet, and dorsal fin, as well as your tail, will increase your hit point level, agility, and strength. Be careful. Evolving one part of your body may decrease another part. So, basic tutorial on how evolution works in this game. The crystal, because technically I shouldn't have been done the evolution that I did, because the crystal is interfering in the regular evolution of the planet. Yeah, that's one of the major issues of this game. Stun locking is very easy to fall into, because there's no invincibility frames. There, now I have enough to evolve my jaws. And now I've got a shark's jaws. And now I can one-shot these things. I'm leaving that last one alive because I don't like having a not multiple of 10 for my E.V.O. Since everything costs multiples of 100. Well, except for the dorsal fin. Anyways, continuing on. Oh, my tags disappeared. Let me see if I can fix that while I'm going. Pause. I don't know why that happens. Really just a casual playthrough Let's Play. We'll update that. Oh, no, E.V.O doesn't have its own thing. So, there. Hopefully that's been fixed. It has its own category, but not any tags of its own. Yep. Once an enemy is off screen, they effectively cease to exist. These guys make for some pretty good meat. And... Hi there, fish. Try eating a red crystal. You may evolve into a strange creature. I better do this for tutorial's sake, but I won't be eating any more after this one. Crystal power causes mysterious evolution. And I'm an eel. If I'm remembering right, which I may not be, you actually get a different red... Ooh, that means it's a special one. A different red crystal evolution depending on your current body. But like I say, I'm not 100% on that. And the crystal evolutions don't last forever. So, eventually this form will go away. Yep, there it is. Crystal power doesn't work yet. Return to former body. Actually, I do think each red crystal has its own specific form, now that I think on it. Because there's, one I recall getting that, wouldn't make sense to have in any form other than the one that you get it in. Wait. Never mind. But yeah, I think they're actually locked to a location. Ah, these guys. These are the ultimate prey. Give the best E.V.O points. But they run real quick. What you're supposed to do for them... Let's see if I've got enough points for it. Oh, not yet. The Angler's Horn. But yeah, you can't leave this area until you've swam one way and then back the other. Because then the volcanoes start erupting, which banishes the bubbles. Let me eat one of you. I just need 10 points more. Back here. There we go. And that one was apparently worth 100. Must have been a, wrong button. A, glowing one. So we get the Angler's Horn. And suddenly... they're fascinated. Then you just wait for them all to gather in front of you, and... bam! Beast! And this is the best place to grind. Because of all this. I mean, look at that. I've already made enough to get another Angler's Horn. So, next on the list... not the Zinix, these jaws. That's one of the other things about this particular, this particular release of the game, is there is actually a lot of translation issues because there wasn't as much data available as in... Oh, there it goes. So I do have to leave now because those rocks actually do hurt you. But I can go back in, which I am going to do, and farm some pterodus. I think that's what they're supposed to be called, anyway. So prepare for boredom. I think rather than having to go back and forth like I did, it's just a case of waiting. Which is what this is basically going to be for now, is just a whole bunch of waiting. Apparently you can only eat 2 things at a time. But yeah, the angler horn just makes farming underwater so easy. Let's actually boost my body. I actually ran across a Kickstarter a few months back that was, I'm trying to make E.V.O again. Won't you help me? It did not work. Which was unfortunate, but the person said that they were going to go ahead and try and make the game anyway. So I hope it comes out at some point so I can buy it, because I played the demo and it was actually pretty good. Okay, next thing, let's actually evolve my fins, and then, okay, my dorsal fin is alright, tail, so I want 700 for my tail, 800 for my jaws, get another 200 out of these guys for my body. It's happening again. Yeah, see that? And I'm gonna die if it... Ah! Fortunately, in this game, death is a slap on the wrist. Because, like, sorry, you've been defeated. Here. Come back to life, but don't tell anyone. And you lose half your stored E.V.O. So we'll go back in and try this again. So now I've got an uneven amount of E.V.O, which is going to... Well, I suppose it's an sometimes even amount, but... It's going to bug the heck out of me until I find the guys that only give 12. Okay, another 100, and I will get the best jaws. And then we'll aim for the body. Which I realized was my original goal before I decided to switch to aiming for the jaws. So I need 600 Then I'll evolve my body. Then I'll move on. Okay, I'm almost there already. Great. Perfect timing. Just before I would have had enough. No. There we go. Okay, I'll just move on. I can get the last 17 points in the next area. Cave of Xenixthus. These guys are also attracted by my headlight. Oop. Body. The shell body. And I think my next target was my tail. Yes. Which I need to get up to 700 for. You're supposed to do it incrementally, but obviously you don't have to. Especially if you know how to grind like I do. Yeah, can you imagine how difficult this would be if I hadn't grinded? Trilobite. These are the guys. Wish they weren't so jumpy, though. Finally. Dang it. You made my Trilobite meat go away. Yeah, there's a lot of mazes, and oh, blue crystal. I'm not touching it. I don't know what the blue crystal does, but I did say I was going to try and not use the crystals as much as possible. Ah, stun lock. As noted, the worst part about this game. Yeah, it doesn't matter what kind of jaws you have, you are capable of eating both plant matter and animal. Ah! Yes, timed that just right. Oh, okay, they're worth 40, not 12. Maybe it was the nautiloids that are... Yeah. Oop. Or maybe I just have to die again. It's interesting that they'll stop after one bite. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Stun lock. Apparently these guys' meat isn't very filling, since I only get 1 HP out of each one that I devour. But jellyfish are apparently very nutritious. No, that's only... Oh, that alters based on your body. Never mind. Because I've got the large shell body, I would take a lot less damage, but I also heal a lot less. Which is, of course, a mixed blessing, because the stun lock problem. Ah, there. Rapid fire pressing the attack button does nothing if you get stun locked all the time. Let's see, did I... Yes, I do have enough. And I think I have reached the pinnacle of evolution for this era. Aren't I a sight? Yep. So the only thing I've got left to do is change my horn to something a little more, combat worthy. And I will be good. And I don't know if you noticed, since I didn't allude to it, but when I evolved, my health jumped to maximum. Like, I got fully healed from evolving. And that is an exploit. Okay, I guess these guys are a little better to grind against than previous ones, but... Ah. So... if I'm at full evolution, why still continue to kill everything in sight? Well, for that horn situation. Apparently that was just a passage to this area. The Cave of Origin. Okay, since I'm already here, and I don't think there's anything else that's attracted to the angler horn, we will go with original horn. Because the thing is, horns break when you attack with them. So, by going for the most expensive horn, you are more likely to break your horn and not be able to get it back. I don't know why the horns break, but it's useful as an exploit, because if you break your horn against an enemy and then heal yourself, okay, by re-evolving that horn, then you should be okay. It's a bit cheaty, but considering the stun lock problem, you kinda have to be sometimes. The seaweed whisper to one another. Friends, the Strolites are trying to create a new world using oxygen. They are having trouble because the Kuraleshes keep interfering with them. Basically, we have to defeat the boss of the area so that the world of oxygen can come to be. The Kuralesha, they're sharks. Yeah, going down leads to nowhere. Eat some starfish to recover from my vicious beating at the fins of the sharks. Which, if you can take them out, they're actually worth a decent amount of E.V.O. Ah. There. Good 80 E.V.O. But you can also see how difficult they are to defeat. I had to ram that one with my horn in order to actually do much of anything to it. Ah. Keeps charging before I attack. There we go. Good, they actually heal me quite a bit too. Handy for all of the damage they can cause. Sometimes it's best to just avoid conflict. Okay. Ah. Mollustoids? I don't know. Mollusks? Not sure what you'd call them. The Strolites whisper to one another. If we could move along the bottom of the sea without sticking, we would not have to be ruled by the Kurleshe. Shh. Very quietly. Or the leader of the cave will hear you. Yep. The leader in the cave. The one we have to defeat. And now I have enough to regenerate my horn 5 times. So let's get him.
Who are you? Knowing this is the domain of the Kurleshe, king of the sea.
Kursalashe, sorry.
Why are you here? Are you trying to help the Strolites build a new world? The sea is the only world. I will defeat anyone who helps the Strolites.
So yeah, he hits like a tank. Horn couldn't withstand the power and broke. And that healed me. So the trick against this guy, if you don't do the exploit, is to do that. Make him charge into a wall. And now that he can kill me in one shot, hop on a horn. Ooh, I got him in a stun lock for a moment there. Dang it. That did not work. I'm not sure if I've ever really... Oh, hey! That was a lot easier than I was expecting. And one of the chunks of meat deleted because it left the side of the world. But, I never realized how many silly sounds there were in this, because when I was a kid and playing this, I had to play it muted so I didn't wake anyone up. Huh. Yeah. Or at least not bother anyone. We are the Strolites. Outside the sea, a world filled with oxygen is being born. The entrance is here. So, what we do is we come along this way. The coast of Pangaea. Or coast of Pangaea. So, I will record this strange fish. Let's see what to call it. This is basically the ultimate evolution of the fish. We'll just go with... No, wait. Better idea. Excuse me. And there's room enough for a space. This is the final fish. Which, the reason why that's even better is it's a reference to Vegeta's final flash. There. So... how do I... Ah. Change of circumstance causes evolution. Mysterious time stream evolves you. I am Gaia. The fish age lasted about 2 billion years. As it ended, it gave way to the beginning of a new world, one filled with oxygen. It is called the Land Age. The Strolites and plants have already begun living here to prepare a better place for those who choose to follow. Here is a present for surviving the fish age. It is the body of an amphibian. You have lungs so that you may breathe, and you may also move about the ground freely. A new adventure awaits your new body. So, great power, please give this creature a new body. And we evolve into an amphibian and lose all of the E.V.O we just got for defeating the Kursalashe boss. Let us go to the era when creatures reached land. We shall use the time trans. It's the monument. I think when first I played this, I didn't get that connection. But it's basically the monument from 2001 Space Odyssey. The next stage is the Age of Amphibians. Amphibians, ecostega, and insects which were the first to arrive have already lived on land. There should be a lot of large plants growing there, but something is wrong. And so, I'm not sure what this period would be called, but it is before the Jurassic and the Cretaceous and whatever the first one is. Because I'm not an archaeologist or a paleontologist, so I don't actually know. These little things don't count as anything but food. So B is a jumpy thing, and I got another crystal that's just a, well, you're on land. If you evolve your tail, you increase jumping ability and HP. And that's what the entirety of this level was. Okay, here I have a choice of where to go, which is new. And I think I have to go up here first. Empty land. Got a whole lot of plants I can eat. You hear someone whispering in the air above you. Captain, the green crystal has the power to change your body back to the way it was before, doesn't it? Yes. But Captain, isn't it wrong to operate the process in reverse? This crystal must be bad for the evolution process. Absolutely not. I will not take responsibility for anything that happens. It is still good for the future of this planet. So basically, at the end of this area is this green crystal, which I will not eat. Because if you do, you get the ability, as the whispered voices say, to reload one of your previous evolutions. In this case, the final fish. But I'm not going to do that, even though it would actually help quite a bit here. Quite a bit here. Was interesting. Can't wait to get some E.V.O points. So despite being an amphibian, jumping in the water forces you to evolve into a fishy version of an amphibian. And here we have some coelacanth, which aren't worth much of anything. We're koala fish. It is very difficult for us to evolve or fight against other creatures, so we stay as we are. Okay. Let me eat you. I need to even out my E.V.O. Two more coelacanth and I should be back to full. Or I should be up to a multiple of 10. But this guy should... Nope, he didn't respond. This guy did. Right there near the surface. There. And now I shall leave at top speed, which is barely anything. And back on land causes evolution again. Even though, as noted, that is not how evolution works. Nor is it how amphibians work. Still having trouble with the cold that I had over the weekend. The land of the timid ecostega. These guys are worth a bit better. The real prize, though, is those dragonflies. And this is why we increase our jaw first. Yeah, can't reach the dragonflies until my tail is stronger. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother trying to farm those guys, because they run too fast for my fat amphibian body. The bull Stega, on the other hand, actually stand and fight. I'm just curious. 10 more and I could have gotten an original dorsal. I did not mean to try to evolve there, but... Oh, you can evolve your head to be a Whoopa head. Oh yeah, that's right, jump attacks are a thing now. Not very strong until you get a good enough tail, though. And now we evolve our dorsal fin. Would get us a bit more speed and jumping ability, I think. At least it got us more HP. Okay, how much do I need? 200. It's gonna take ages at this rate. Stun lock. See if I can... Nope. Ah, yes, that's right. New mechanic. Nightfall. Dragonflies stop appearing, but these bull Stega fall asleep, allowing you to ambush them. Jump, 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 jump! There we go. Do I have anything I can evolve for 100? Tail. Yes. Much as I'd like to evolve my jaws first. That! Yes, much better. Much better. Alright, give me more dragonflies. And it is very important to not be in the air when the meat manifests. Because then it might be too high up for you to eat. And it's not much more. There's a dragonfly when you need one. No! The Stega got in my way! Dang it. Oh, I am just terrible at this whole hunting business. Okay, now I can evolve my jaws. That should help. Probably won't stick around here for too long, but yep, now I can one-shot the Ixtega. And now I look sillier when I run. Okay, on to the next area. Land of Amphibians.
Get out, stranger. This land is owned by the elder who takes care of plants.
I don't know, I was trying to go for a frog voice, but I kind of fell apart. You guys, you're worth a good amount.
Yes.
I think there's supposed to be like some sort of a bestiary to tell you what each creature you can devour is called, but I don't actually know if that is a thing. Wait, before I leave, there's something else that I can evolve off of 200 points. Ah, new fin. And that's about it. Why not? And now welcome to the land of the boss Ixtega.
I congratulate you on passing through the protected land. But this is the final area. I am the strongest of the Ixtega family. I am Debushtega. Did you laugh at me? Do you think my body looks funny? I know you are laughing at me. You make me very angry. I am going to defeat you.
So this guy likes to jump. He does decent damage when he does. Dang it. I said to jump. That did not go well. And I'm reduced down to 15. This guy should be fairly easy, but I am returned. I think if I get him in a stun lock... Ow, come on. Which apparently I can't do. He's doing too much damage to me, I'm gonna have to grind in the land of amphibians. Okay then. Prepare for the tedium of grinding. So I honestly don't know how long E.V.O is going to take me, whether I'll finish it in this stream, unlikely, or one other stream, or 3. But, it is my current project until I go to, and once I am done with it, I will be playing a game on my PC that I got some time ago and then never actually finished. But hopefully forcing myself, not forcing, but having myself stream the game will force me to finish it. So I guess force is the only word I can think of for that. And that game is Witcher 1. Because if I can stream that, then afterwards go to Witcher 2 and then Witcher 3, then huzzah. When I first announced this plan on Facebook, I had a lot of people saying, no, just go straight to 3, no, play 2 first, no, go to... I'm gonna play them all in order, because that's what I do. Okay, I forget which one of these I liked most, so I'm gonna wait until I've got some spare back of the head to do and 5,000 for that. Yeah, that's not gonna... I'll just get my body up to a mottle body. That should help against Stega. Because yeah, without this sleeping mechanic, this whole area would be so much harder. The running sound effect is very silly. Okay, let's see how I do. That looks ugly as sin, to use an expression. I'm still taking a lot of damage. Apparently, I can't get away from him so easy. Oh, come on! Landed in his spit and died.
More grinding.
This is the sort of thing that you're supposed to do off camera, but I have no choice in the matter. Because I'm streaming. I think what I need... Let's see. Yeah, not the dorsal fin. Let's aim for a thorn tail. So I need 600. This is just so much fun. Nah. Ooh, that one was a special. I don't know why they drastically increase the amount that it takes to evolve, and then don't increase the amount you get from the enemies. That basically forces grinding. Which is not a particularly good design choice. So I was going to evolve my tail into a thorn tail. So now, nope, I do the same amount of damage, but boy do I jump high. Maybe evolve with some tusking jaws. That might be handy. I actually don't know how much HP the boss has, even though it shows how much damage you deal. There's no, like, health info for each creature. Why am I burping? Sound effects are a lot sillier than I thought they were. Like that running sound effect of just being... very cartoony. Well, let's give this a try. Somehow I don't think I'm strong enough still, but my only other recourse is to basically grind for the rest of the stream, and I'm trying to not do that. He's still dealing a pretty hefty amount of damage. Like, is he stuck in a loop? Dang it. Still not enough, apparently. I need to boost my toughness. The only way I can do that is to evolve my body. So I guess we'll grind a while longer. Stop telling me that every time I enter. So... that is honestly ridiculous. What about back of the head? I wonder if that does anything to help me. I think if... it's been a long time, but I think the Jepril was my favored back of head for the amphibian. We'll give it a look. Because I remember it was one that was just like a spike out the back. I don't know what evolving the back of the head does, though. Other than make it look cool. But it might augment damage. If I'd ever had an instruction booklet for the game, that would have been nice, but I never have, so... okay. Jepril. Yep, that's the one. That just doubled my damage with my bite attacks. Does it do anything for my... nope, not for my jumps, but... ooh, and I think it also gives me tons of knockback. That'll be handy. I don't know why I didn't kill them. But... let's try our new Jepril draws against Boss Uxtega, or Debustega. Dang it. Trying to run and I jumped instead. Yep. Oh, come on. Things glitched out enough that I'm actually going to jump right back in. I guess not really glitched out, but... that was not right. More grinding it is. Yes, yes, I've been defeated. Yes, yes, the land of the elder. So I guess I'm grinding to, what was it, 2,000? Yep, 2,000. I can't really think of anything witty to talk about with this drag. So just enjoy the sounds. If I had another person to play off of, then things might be a little different. But I don't, so they're not. It's just me. At least I'm getting a decent amount of those crit things. Or critical meat. Is an interesting choice for me to call it. But that's skyrocketing my E.V.O pretty well. Okay, if they stayed desynced just right, they could have kept me in a bouncing loop. And that would have been very annoying. Oh, that other meat despawned while I was away. I'm getting E.V.O a lot faster than I thought, actually. Oops, I got distracted looking at my E.V.O. I do think it's a little ridiculous that I'm basically killing them by biting their noses off. Oh, I need 2,000, not 1,000. Although, what can I do with 1,000? Ah, better dorsal fins. It's very tempting. Ooh, the thorny springtail. I'm actually gonna do that. Because highest jump and same amount of damage. Never mind. I was hoping that it would boost my jump damage. So now I gotta start that climb up from the bottom again. And it's not like getting the green crystal would have helped me here, because it just adds to, or it just turns me back into final fish at this point. Which, a fish on dry land is worse than even the weakest amphibian. Oh, what fun it is to do nothing. Yeah, if I ever upload my streams to the channel, or to the main Game Start channel, I'm definitely gonna either excise this section or fast forward this section. Probably excise it. I know why the numbers seem odd, is because I've occasionally gotten multiples of 20 instead of multiples of 15. Yeah, see how the meat rose higher that time? Because I was launched into the air by that one. Not the best mechanic, but there's a reason they do it. But it is actually kind of a Japanese thing to do, to have a lot of grinding in a game. Because it's something I had read about, is just like since they tend, or it's a cultural thing along the lines of if it's worth doing to the extreme. It's like there are plenty of people in Japan who apparently work like 12-hour shifts at an office job. And it is considered a good sign if an employee is sleeping at their desk, because that means that they are so dedicated to the job that they worked themselves to exhaustion or something like that, that honestly should not be considered a good thing. But they do take things to an extreme in Japan. And so the idea of if you're really gonna play this, then you're gonna want to dedicate yourself to it, that's a bit indicative. Okay, that should have, yep, respawned the Ceratapa, I think. It's not a Triceratops, but it's got the frill on the back of the head. Somewhat tempting upgrade to the fierce jaws or the higher dorsal fin. But no, I'm after the scaly body for now. And then we'll do the armored body. Then we'll do the other stuff once I've gotten more E.V.O. without having to grind for it. At least I'm getting a decent amount of critical meat. Normally you don't want to eat green meat. There is actually one place in this game where if you eat the flashing meat, it will kill you. But just one spot, if I remember right. Might be two. Because there's a couple of NPCs that show up that you're not supposed to eat, and if you do, they drop a green meat that deals damage instead of heals damage. You get like 5,000. It's like you get 500 E.V.O, but lose 100 HP. Something like that, I forget. I think I only did it once, but okay, finally. Get this scaly body. Aha! So boosting my body... Oh, hey, cool, I managed it. Will apparently boost the damage that I do with my jumps. As well as heal my... not heal, as well as raise my defense. I was originally just going to heal off of those guys, but... There, we'll just do that. Okay, Debustega, let's do this again. Yeah, I'm taking only 4 damage and dealing 5 out now. Too bad I can't do, like, hop in place damage or anything like that. Yes! Finally! And unfortunately, he's only worth 100. There. Okay, I thought I could drop below platform like that, but I wasn't 100% sure on that. Huzzah! These are the NPCs.
You are great.
You are strong.
Considering your great strength, I have something to ask you. Could you do me a favor?
You can't say no.
Thank you. Actually, this land used to be covered with plants. Suddenly, insects started to evolve extremely abnormally. These insects ate all of the plant life, leaving this place like a desert. They are trying to eat any remaining plants around the area. They refused our proposal to coexist. Now they are attacking our people. The father of this child went to try and persuade them, but he has never returned.
Dad. I could never do the voice proper, but Dad could. Was old audiobook called Wing Shreds, what was it called? It was a Muppets thing, basically starring Kermit. And there was one bit where the narration has a character going, "Dad?" But it was done in a very specific way that I can't quite do.
Could you please help us?
I already said yes. Okay, moving on. That took way too long. Now we get to eat bees. Domain of Profasu, the ancestor of the cockroach, apparently.
Those pesky amphibians are coming again.
Yeah, they just keep coming in a rush, so this is actually a pretty good place to just...
Om, 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 om.
Yeah, I got quite a few critical meats out of these guys. Alright. But I'm not gonna just sit there and grind, even though they come infinitely. I'm gonna move on. There's always a better place. Domain of the giant bee. Oop. Oh, not saving that guy. Or that one, apparently. I think you can actually eat these ones, but I'm not 100% on that. Now, they say giant, but we don't really have a sense of scale for all this. Well, these guys are apparently pretty tough. Yep, dealt damage. Still got E.V.O points out of it, though. It might be a better idea to go after those cockroaches. I do believe the bees stop coming once night falls. Oh hey, I've got that 1500. That should be handy for evolving my jaws again. Land of Insect. Yep. Fierce Jaws. If I'd managed that jump correctly, I could have just bounced off all three of them. Yeah, these guys come infinitely too. But they're actually worth a little more E.V.O than the cockroaches are. Screw it. would probably just be best to farm the cockroaches. Because I think this next area I can't go back on. Or, I mean, there's nowhere to grind at. So, let's see where I want to be. I think the jumping dorsal fin. So, if I get to 6,000... If you notice, they spawn right after I eat the meat or they run off screen. Which means that it is possible, difficult but possible, to time it. I want to head back to the start so I can... Yeah, they are just slightly faster. Oh jeez. They just come from both directions at night, it looks like. And apparently they fly when you jump on them. Of course, the day-night is a new mechanic once you're on land. Underwater, it doesn't matter. Okay, I think I'll move on, just evolve my dorsal fin for now, and do that final bit of battle later. Or, battle? Final bit of, body. Oh right, this guy gives me a ton. I was supposed to try and persuade the king, B, but I have been badly injured. Is there anyone who can tell the king B how important living in peace is? Sir, you look very strong. I have a favor to ask of you. I am about to pass away soon. Please eat the food I have collected, so that you may become strong enough to defeat the King Bee. If you can defeat the King Bee, it will enable the plants to recover and grow again. But I wish I would have met my son before I pass away. Farewell, my son. So he dies, turns into meat, plus 1,000. So he could have paid for my dorsal fin all on his own. If I remember right, Thorn is the one that I like the most. I might experiment with him later, but... Nope, not Thorn. I guess Jumping was the one I liked the most, but... I'll use it... Or I'll use the, well, these must be the bee larvae. But, I'll use that 1,000 spare that I got from him when, I'm in danger of dying. Imagine dying to one of those. Here comes another amphibian. You have evolved strangely. Did you use the crystal's power? No, actually. As I said before, the only way to satisfy our large appetite is to devour all of the plant life we can find. If you feel the way we have chosen to live is wrong, maybe you should change it. You may only change it one way, though. By force. Hmm. Well, that was fun. And there goes 905 E.V.O. I didn't even get a chance to respond. But yeah, that part doesn't doesn't recycle, unlike all the other dialogue stuff. Do I still get to eat the larvae? That'd be very handy. Nope, doesn't look like it. Oh geez. I did not want to eat that right then. Ow. It's almost like you have to grind to the ultimate form before you can successfully kill anything. Okay, let's try grinding off these infinitely spawning trio. Oh, come on. It is in fact faster for me to jump than it is to... Okay, we'll just feed off of these guys again. Annoying amounts of grinding. Thought I would be able to manage with what I've got, but apparently not. Oh, that was lovely. The lack of iframes in this game is just infuriating. Apparently that was enough to kill that guy. Alright, let's swap this dorsal fin to the jumping one. That's the one I like, yeah. Well, now that I've got low amounts of E.V.O, I sacrifice nothing by just constantly jumping into danger. I say low. That would have been near an evolution in the previous era. Come on! I didn't even get a chance to do anything but jump. Yeah, this is definitely going to take more than one stream just because of how difficult the bosses are. Wish I could run better. Jump, don't bite. Yes, I know. Eventually, my E.V.O will be reduced to 0. And then it doesn't matter anymore. I need to figure out a way to stun lock him. He does to me. Like, seriously! Nah. Down to 12. Aha! I've managed it. Almost. Ah. That didn't... Ooh. Yes, finally. Persistence pays off. Since I jumped out. I am a dragonfly. You may call me Megaosu. You got it. I didn't agree with the way the king bee either. I will give you some advice. You have no strong enemies ahead. At this point, you don't need to evolve. The sand eater in the next area is very strong. I suggest you run away. He's a lackey of the queen bee. Because yes, there is a queen bee. Because of course there is. Lizard of the Sand Eater. Which are interesting things. Which, I'm honestly not sure if you can kill them. Wouldn't that be a great frame for the camera to freeze on? Just... Yeah, I don't even know what these things are supposed to have been. Yep, can't even do jumping damage to them. Next. Desert of Edosaurus. You can't get through here if your body is still the same. It is the era of reptiles. The era of plants and insects has ended. Yeah, that's made up a good amount. Now I'll grind my way up to 5,000. Now that I got these guys that are dropping 80 and are super easy to eat. And they heal a good amount too when you eat them, so it doesn't matter if I take a whole lot of damage. Oh, dang it. Well, let's see what's in the next area, because I know the space to the right, I was about to just point at it on my screen, but you wouldn't be able to see that, is where the next boss is. Desert of Mosuchop. Ah, that's a Mosuchop. Yeah, they give less than the other guys. Yeah, they're not worth it. I'll go back and farm Edosaurs, or whatever they were called again. Yep, Edosaurus. There's Edosaurus. Someone in the translation team was sleeping. Holy wow. That was a lot of damage. There's no wonder they heal a lot if they do that much damage. I may want to evolve some horns. Thinking of which, the dual horn is the one for that. I don't think, yep, the Edisaurs don't sleep. Which is odd, considering most things do in this game. Well, in this era. Yeah, I thought so. I don't do enough damage by jumping to kill them. Yeah. Hopefully there will be more shining meat at some point. Almost like I burned through all of my good fortune early on. Almost there. Oh, dang it. Flipped just a little too far. Yes, yes. Am I not dragony enough for the dinosaurs here? We'll take a pretty decent chunk of damage from these guys. Alright, let's try this up against the queen bee. There, he's just called Desert Time Trains. You are a failure. You should have listened to our orders. Hail, Queen Bee. Dang it. It was you, amphibian, who defeated my husband, the King Bee. You have destroyed the laws of our insect society. I feel it is unfair that only our society be destroyed. The amphibians must be destroyed too. I shall destroy you first for defeating my husband. She's more of a wasp than a bee. Yeah, I guess really the horn exploit is only handy when you're up against Kurilashe. Keep trying to double jump, even though that's never been a thing for this game. Yeesh, maybe I should just skip this game and go straight to Witcher. No, I said I was going to stream this, so I'm going to stick it out. At some point I'll figure out the trick. At some point. I think I have to wait for her. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, that's the way. And once again, we're given a ton of food, which I'm just going to use to add a pair of horns, because, oh, never mind. In that case, I'll just, save this, purple dragon. Wasn't there a purple dragon in something? And I mean specifically a dragon. I don't know, I'm just gonna name it Amethyst, because of the color of its scales. There. Balance of nature, which the giant insects destroyed will recover. The plants that were totally destroyed will grow back again. The ground will become an ideal place for all creatures again. Okay, here's your new body. It is the body of a reptile. You can evolve into many different things with this body. Great power, give this, creature a new body. And they're not lying about the being able to turn into many different things. There are 3 different evolutionary paths you can take from the dinosaur body. And I'm not sure which one I'll do. By the way, King Bee, did you say you were larger because of the crystal? I never made a crystal that would make bodies larger. Something strange. I don't know why there's quotation marks there, because it doesn't make sense for King Bee to say that. But that's what it looks like it's trying to suggest. The next time period is a place where all creatures compete for power. Like the other 2. These creatures are called dinosaurs because of their strength. Let's actually take a look at that. Etymology. Dinosaur. Comes from Deinos, meaning terrible, and Sauros, meaning lizard. From Greek. So, I suppose strength would be a reason to call something terrible. So this says Age of Dinosaurs, but it apparently covers all 3 ages of dinosaur. Ultimately, though, we're in the Cretaceous period. Door to Dina continent. Interesting. And there's a yellow crystal, which these ones are just tutorial things. So I feel no shame in eating them. Come on. Their platforming needed work. Let's try a different tactic. There it is. If you choose 2 legs, you can jump to higher. If you choose 4 legs, stronger defense. But your ability to jump will be lessened. Good to know. Oh, you hear whispering coming from somewhere. How many reptiles have challenged Mount Brave? Only a reptile with true bravery may be eligible to build a new age. I believe Mount Brave is a good target to overcome. This will help us choose the chosen one. I feel an ominous hunch. Apparently Whisper A only spoke the first line. Okay, apparently we're given a split path. Let's go to the southern. Let's go to the southern path first. The southern path. Okay, these guys. Yeah. Let me eat you. Yeah. Oh, these are the guys I only give 12. Yeah, that's where the meat rising to where your mouth is important. Because now that I'm elevated and cannot crouch, the only way I can eat it is if it hovers into my face. I'm just gonna hunt them until I get enough E.V.O to get me back to a nice multiplicative number. Is that the sound that they're making? So, one more. Yep, that's the sound they're making. There. Now I wouldn't be surprised to see them asleep. Yep. Those guys are too hard to catch, so I'm not going to bother. And they don't even give a whole lot of E.V.O. Let's see what we've got up here in the mud pits. Marsh of the Prime Frog.
Ribbit, ribbit. We are the slimy amphibians. What's wrong with slime? Huh? Ribbit, ribbit.
Huh. Frogs worth slightly less, but are easier to catch because they stop and fight. They sure do a ton of damage in the process. Especially with that stun lock issue that I've talked about several times by now. Before I move on, 500 for jaws, 500 for horns, 1000 for neck, 500 for body, 200 for fin. Hey, 100 for a tail. I might do the tail. Let's do the tail. Then move on to the next area. Marsh of Amphibians. We are the ones who watch over the plants. Recently, reptiles have eaten so many plants we've become worried. Just as annoying as before. Okay, can I... Yep. See what's in this area. Domain of Pulsaurus. Hey, you, don't get involved with the crystal. Causes creatures to evolve in strange ways. We don't depend on it. We evolve the right way, with steady effort. Look at my excellent head butt. Everything is just annoying. I'd forgotten how annoying this game was, otherwise I probably wouldn't have picked to play it. Alright, now let's take a look in here. Domain of the Saracosaurus. Got that 200 now, let's do a dorsal fin. My child is missing, so I am very angry. Please go away, or I will become angry with you as well. That did not go how I was hoping. I wonder if it'd be possible to just walk past it. Let's find out. Yep. Whoops. Straight across. Domain of Brososaurus. Okay, these are the guys that I think I'm gonna grind against next. But I'm gonna wait for nightfall, because they are also pretty tough. Looks like he's eating off of my back. Takes too long for night to arrive, and night goes away too quick in this. Come on, where's nighttime? Be nice if there was even like a passage of time indicator in the background or something. Or part of the UI. Apparently it doesn't even care. Now it does. You know what? I'm nearing the 2-hour mark. I'm gonna just call it after this. Because... then maybe on Saturday I'll do some grinding before I do the second stream. Yeah, this game is a lot harder than I remember. But anyway, till the next, live well.